I'm down bad and I'm ready to quit. I'm down bad and I'm ready to quit. It's crazy how life can humble you. A lot of you been dealing with these type of issues where you're ready to quit because you're down bad. And it seems like everybody around you, they don't care. They appear to be on your side. They appear to be rocking with you. But the truth is, when you're down bad, you really learn who your friends are. You really learn who your people are because it all becomes clear. You know, when you're going through something and you're really down bad, life becomes more, I guess, interesting because you finally get to see who people really are, who's going to be there for you, who's going to celebrate your downfall, who's going to pick you up. I'm down bad and I'm ready to give up. Most people are happy when you give up. When you give up, it gives them an opportunity to take your place because that's what they always been hoping for. They've been waiting. They've been waiting for you to be at your lowest point. A lot of you are literally at the crossroads in your life right now where you down bad. And it's like, damn, when I was good, when I was up, my friends was there, my family was there, everybody was supporting me, everybody was rocking with me, they saluted me. The minute I'm going through, where the love at? Where the people at? Where all the people that rock with me? Where they at? A lot of people are down bad right now, and it's so crazy you can't even tell your mans in them like, yo, bro, I'm going through it. You can't even tell them that because if you do, here come the bullshit. People talking about you negative, throwing your name under the bus. You expect people to be there for you when you're down bad. You expect people to be concerned about you. It's like they're not concerned no more. I go through things all the time. I don't talk about things. I don't talk about life as much. I try to inspire people. I try to lift people up when they're going through. People think that I'm perfect. People think that everything in my world is A-OK. I'm down bad and I'm ready to give up. How many of you had those days where you're ready to give up? You're walking around your house and you're just like, fuck it. I'm done. I don't care no more. I'm done with everything. I just, you be at your lowest point. You're human. I mean, you know, see, with me, I just don't like being around people that are fake, you know, people that just don't uh go through anything. And I'm not saying like everybody's just always down and it's like you're just miserable. You're human. You go through things. And it's like people be acting like they never been nowhere. Like they never had a bad week. Like they never been depressed. Like they never been uh stressed out. If I'm talking to people, I like talking to people that can relate to things that I deal with. Those are the kind of people I want to hang around. I want to hang around people that when I kick it with you and we chopping it up, I know you understand me. I don't have to be fake when I'm around you. A lot of you folks, you get around people and it's like you almost damn near have to be fake because it's like everybody around you, they acting like they good. Nobody got no issues. Nobody's stressed out. Nobody don't got no problems in their family. Nobody don't got no issues with their baby mama. None of these issues. We're just perfect all the time. I don't live in that world. A lot of you guys, you see me on social media, Ringo TV, everything is all lit. And y'all be thinking, oh, Ringo don't have no bad days. Ringo don't cry. Ringo is never stressed. Ringo don't got no issues in his family. Ringo don't got no problems. He perfect. I don't know why people feel that way. It's disappointing to me because I could be going through all kinds of things. And because of the outward perception, you would never know I need your help. You would never know because a lot of times as men, especially as men, um, we don't like to share the difficulties and the things that we go through. Whether you call it ego, pride, whatever the case is, a lot of men, they don't like when people see them down. They don't like it. It's like we're trained in this world to just act fake. Like, yo, you good, bro? Yeah, I'm good. How the job doing? Hey, I just got promoted, man. You ain't get promoted, but you got to tell him that because it's like you assume he's doing good. So it's like I can't tell him I'm still at the same job title. I got to tell him that I got promoted, even though I didn't get promoted. It's like I gotta make everybody around me believe that I'm always good because we don't even know why we do it. So when we're down bad and we're dealing with all this stress and all of this mess, you still gotta be fake, bro. We gotta stop being fake, man. If you hurting inside, if you going through and you ready to quit, it's normal to feel that way. It's not a bad thing. It's not bad to have those emotions. At the same time, what exactly can you get from the situation? The number one lesson that you got to learn is the majority of the people on the outside don't care. They want to see you down. They want to see you fall, man. They want to. Some of you work at the job and you see your coworkers every single day and you think, oh, these are my peoples. No, they not. They not your peoples, dog. When you leave, they talking about you behind your back because you told them your situation, figuring, okay, these are friends, these are cool, these are colleagues. They understand. No, they don't understand. They're going to continue to talk about you and drag you because they know you're at your low point. When you're at your low point and you're down bad, you got to be very careful with who you talk to because a lot of people use that as ammo against you. Because in their mind, secretly, they wanted you to be down bad. They want you to quit. There's a lot of people that are dependent on you. And they don't want you to quit. But then you got people out there that are waiting for you to quit because they want to take your spot. They want you to quit your job. They want you to quit your talents. They want you to quit what you're doing. Because they want to capitalize off everything. They want to take everything you got. They want to drain you. As a man, there are many things I deal with, bro. Many things. And I'm not fake. I'm not like these YouTubers where every time you see them, they got to show out. They got to act like this. They act like they flawless all the time. That's fake. That's fake, bro. You can't relate to people by acting like you all the way up here. Because when you do that, they're going to begin to despise you. You know why? Because you acting like you're not human. And you have a lot of people that is perpetrating a fraud by presenting themselves as if though they're living a certain way, presenting themselves as if though their family life is flawless. You got people out here that got real family issues, real family drama. You got dudes that can't even see their kids. You got dudes that been literally living in hell. They can't see their kids. Their son is literally growing up to a young man. He never even get no chance to be around his kids because his baby mama crazy. And he deal with this garbage every day. And when he get around people, he have to act like, oh, you and your son is cool? Yeah, we cool. Because it's embarrassing. You understand what I'm saying? You got dudes out here living in a shelter. They go to a 9-to-5, but then they got to go to a shelter because they don't got a place to stay. But on the outside, you figure because he's at that job, you figure everything good. You know? You figure everything is perfect. You say invest wisely, but at the end of the day, that sounds nice. But in the real world, people actually go through things. See, I'm the type of content creator that I speak about issues that are real. A lot of people are down bad. A lot of people are literally giving up. And they're giving up because we like to see people down bad. We kick people further down when they down. When people are down bad, we don't pick them up. We don't try to encourage them. We don't try to help them. We try to kick them down further because we get pleasure out of seeing people down because it makes us look like we up and we down too. We down, but because they're down, it makes us feel better about our situation. So we mock them. We laugh at them. How many of you had people do that to you? You going through something, you opened up to people. You normally don't even open up to nobody, but when you dealing with so much issues, you can't walk this alone. You can't deal with the stress of all these different problems by yourself. You need somebody to talk to. And when you try to talk to people, sometimes you talk to the wrong person. And you thinking this person respects your situation, but they don't. You end up learning who your friends are when you down bad, fam. Y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. When you down bad, all the people you thought was real, you learn they're fake, man. Because they not there for you. You were there for them. Some of you gave people a place to stay in your crib. You didn't even have all the space, but you let people crash in your crib to kind of give them a place to stay. You took care of people. You bailed people out of trouble. You gave people money, didn't even ask for it back. Some of you brothers, you gave people clothes. Some of you sisters gave another woman clothes because she ain't had nothing. You did all of this stuff for other people. But when you going through what you going through, when you lost your job, when you're just going through an emotional state. Because see, here's the thing. A lot of you be thinking that money or being rich and wealthy is everything. Yeah, money answers all. Definitely do. Oh, we need money to pay our bills. We need money to bail us out of a lot of situations. But I'm going to tell you one thing, man. A lot of people that got money not happy. They want you to believe they are because if you don't have money and they do have money, somehow you look up to them as somebody that is doing well. Oh, they're successful. This is something that we misconstrue this thing. Success is not based upon money. Success is not based upon money. That's one avenue. For example, if somebody is a millionaire, they like to tell you, I'm rich. Rich in what way? Rich in family or rich in money? Because if you're rich in money, that doesn't mean you're rich in family. You can be rich in money and have poor health. You could be blind. You can be an amputee. Do you understand me? You can have some sort of disease. No, an incurable disease. You got money, but the money can't save you. So you're not really rich. You're down bad. And some people are down bad to the point where they want to give up. Some people out there that are listening to me right now, you got cancer. They gave you that bad news in the hospital. My mom's died of cancer. That's bad news. That's not good news. That right there can end somebody's entire world right there. Just the news alone will break you. Doesn't matter how much money you got. Doesn't matter how much cars you drive. That kind of news will put you in a dark place, man. And some people get this kind of news, get this kind of bad report, and they're living their life suffering in silence because they don't got nobody to talk to about these issues. There's a lot of people that are walking around with STDs that are incurable. You got a lot of women, a lot of men that are living with STDs and they're fearful for their life of somebody knowing. Some people don't even get into relationships because of the fear of somebody knowing what they got. They don't know how to explain it. They don't know how to come to them and say, hey, this is what I'm dealing with. Some of you ladies, you have various STDs and you're talking to a man that you really like. You're scared out of your mind to actually even deal with him because of the situation, because you don't know how he would look at you if he knew the truth. Some of you brothers are dealing with the same thing. You got a woman you're talking to. She don't know about your situation. You scared. You don't want to tell her because you figure if you tell her, she's going to look down on you. She's going to shame you. The news is going to spread out there. Before you know it, everybody know about your business. So you rather just don't say nothing to nobody. So you avoid relationships as a whole. Everybody's wondering why you don't got no relationship. It's because you're down bad and you quit. You gave up on relationships. You want to be in one, but just the thought of somebody knowing what you're dealing with, you can't live with the thought of opening up to someone and then they betray you. Now everybody know everything. Now it's on your job. Yo, you know so and so? Yeah, he got herpes. Now everybody know. A lot of you had this done to you. You was with somebody, you told them about your situation. They went out there, shared all your business. Now it's all over the place. Some of you guys, for a long time, you've been struggling, dealing with different issues, and nobody knew. Nobody knew about your situation, man. It's like once they found out you were down bad, once they found out you had these issues, now they're using it against you. And this is why when most people are down bad, they don't like to express themselves to other people because people like to use your hard times against you. That's what they do. They never there to help you. They're only there to see that you fall. They're there to make sure that you have fallen. I seen a video where a woman was on her way to work. She's filming herself talking next to a background of somebody's house burning. Maybe you've seen that video. Rather than her call the fire department, she's filming the house burning and telling everybody how she got up in the morning late. Why? Because she wants to see their house burn. It's her neighbor's house. She's enjoying watching the house burn. Come on now, man. That's crazy, bro. I seen the video and I'm saying to myself, so hold up, you ain't calling help? You ain't gonna, there's people in there that's probably dying, bro. You're filming, doing a pre-recorded video for social media. Those people are down bad and you couldn't use your phone to help them? No. She posts a video on social media to get clicks. And somebody probably died. Somebody was down bad. She had the opportunity to help them. All it take was a quick phone call to get emergency personnel to go there and take care of that business, or at least bang down the door. She ain't do nothing to help. And this is what we go through. A lot of you deal with issues, and it's like when you're down bad and you're ready to quit, that's when everybody act like they got love for you. But the whole time, they were not showing you no love. The whole time, they never cared. People wait for people to damn near die before they give them a helping hand. That stuff is crazy, man. You know what's so crazy? When Kevin Samuels was here, people supported that man. They turned him into a millionaire. It is said that when he passed, he was probably had a net worth of between 4 million and 6 million, somewhere around there. The interesting thing about it is that people kept supporting him and supporting him, even though he was a millionaire. They didn't say, oh, you're a millionaire, I don't need to support you. They supported him because he's a millionaire. You can have somebody that's down bad and they need your help financially. You'll say, fuck you. I'm not supporting you. But the people that got the money, you support them. And they're not down bad. So what I get from this is people want to see certain people down. It's not about love, it's about hate. Some people have been waiting a long time for certain people to fall. I remember there was this one episode with Wendy Williams where she was talking about somebody, gossiping about something, and basically somebody was like, when are we going to hear about you? When are we going to hear about your problems? And she was like, excuse me? It was like, when are we going to hear about your downfalls, your problems? And she was like, you want to see me in a bad relationship? It was like, yeah, we want to hear about your stuff and, you know, your downfall and stuff. And when she heard that, the response she gave that person was something along the lines of, this is crazy. Like, you really want to see me fall? She's like, yeah. And that's what people really want to see. When you're down bad and you're going through and you're ready to give up, people will come to help you to give up. Have you ever noticed that when you're down bad and you're ready to quit, all the people around you will encourage you to quit? Not by just telling you, go ahead and quit. They'll encourage you to quit by not supporting you, by not helping you to get out of that state of mind. And all it does, it keeps you trapped where you are, because that's where they always wanted you to be in. You're going to learn who your friends are when you're down bad. You know? Somebody said money comes from God's trees and the government is charging people to survive and people charging people to survive. I don't think you're getting the point. This is not about the government. This is about human nature. Human nature. The average person spend thousands of dollars a year on nonsense. People in today's day have no compassion. They have no compassion anymore. That's the problem. Shout out to Jay Wash for the $20 support. Says Ringo, I wanted to quit today at work. Today was stressful. But you know what? I'm thankful for what I do have in life. But being a man with fake friends and family can have you feel alone, but nothing stand in front of God. And that's the truth. See, I'm glad you're being honest, because a lot of men go through some serious issues every single day. And the thing is, I don't think a lot of ladies understand that. Um, Especially men that raise families. Um, a lot of men are going through a lot. Unfortunately, for most of us that keep it real, we know how to express ourselves, whereas most people they teach us to suppress that energy, to hold back, to hold it inside. As men, we cannot hold in the pain that we feel, because it's literally killing us inside. Some of you need to actually cry. May sound like it's weak, but to be honest, when you're down bad and you're ready to quit, that's the devil trying to get you to end your life. That's the devil trying to move you to alcoholism, to drugs, to do something that's not cool. Sometimes stress can do that to you. Sometimes you could be at work and have a horrible day, and it can really push you over the edge, especially if you're somebody that struggled with drugs or struggled with alcohol. Sometimes a bad situation can pull you right back into it, man. And you find yourself with the bottle again, man. You gave up that bottle, bro. You gave it up. Don't go back to the bottle, dog. Don't go back to the drugs. My mama was on drugs. I always let y'all know the truth. I always keep it a buck with the people. When I was a kid, between the ages of 5 all the way to 13, my mama was on crack, cocaine during the crack epidemic. You know what I'm saying? So I know what it's like to see people on drugs. I seen all her drug buddies. I seen what drugs did to the community. It destroyed the black community. She eventually got free. She eventually got delivered. She got off drugs. But then cancer ended up taking my mom out. You know what I mean? Cancer took her out. And being that I saw her, being that I saw her use drugs, it taught me not to use no drugs. I ain't never smoke a cigarette. I ain't never smoke weed. I ain't never smoked nothing, because I saw what happened to my mama. You know what I'm saying? I saw what happened to my mama. Of course, I had drinks, beer. You know, it is what it is. Ain't nothing wrong with a beer and having a drink. At the end of the day, I never allowed none of these substance things, I never had no substance abuse, none of that mess, man, because I saw what that did to my mama. I saw what it was like when she was down bad. I saw what it was like to give up when a person just let themselves go and allow drugs to destroy them. And one thing I know about people that are on drugs is that you don't laugh at people that are on drugs. You don't mock people that's on drugs, bro. They're real people who have real addictions. And the addiction that they got, man, they don't want the addiction, bro. They really don't. They're addicted to a substance that takes over them, man. They become a zombie. I seen my mom in the street picking things up off the ground thinking it's crack, bro. I know what that looked like. That's why I have compassion towards people that is on drugs, people that suffer from these type of substances. I know what they dealing with. I don't laugh at those people. I don't mock those people. It's not an easy thing to break, bro. It's not an easy thing to get off from. People be looking at people that's on these vices and think, oh, all you got to do is just go into this and get some therapy and go to rehab. It's not as simple as you think, bro. My mom literally was struggling from when I was 5 years old all the way to when I was 13. And then she got into the church, you know what I'm saying? Um, This was all in Brooklyn, New York. Y'all already done know what it is. Shout out to New York. You know what I mean? During that time, it was rough, man. So I know what that struggle is. And you have a lot of people that when they hit rock bottom, they may have to resort back to alcohol again. And you told yourself you're done. And it seemed like all your buddies, they know you struggle with alcohol. And it seemed like when you hit rock bottom, they the first to pass you a drink. They're the first to pass you the weed. And you already done told them you don't do that no more. You clean, but they trying to get you back into it. And this is the problem. Anytime you down bad and you're ready to quit, it's like nobody's there to pick you up, man. Instead, it's like they want to crush you deeper. They want to bring you more down to the point there's no return, man. Some of you, you quit on life, you gave up. Some of you already gave up. Some of you already gave up. You might go to your job, you might do your little errands, and you go back home, but you gave up on life already because you're just fed up, man. You're fed up with everything. You're fed up with how people are. People are mean as hell nowadays, bro. Nobody have no love. No, everybody just full of hate, bro. All day hating. All day jealousy. It's like, what the heck is wrong with people, man? People are waiting for me to die right now. People are confused, man. I had just put out a video, the video that I just released. Somebody came in there and it was like, you can't be down, or something along them lines. You're popular. You're on YouTube. And I'm saying to myself, damn, you don't even know me. You don't even know me. But in your mind, the outward perception says everything's flawless. So I'm good. I don't need help. I don't need encouragement. I don't need nothing, right? That's the world we live in. If that's the case, why do you support millionaires? Why do you support people on social media that are rich? Why do you support them? And you don't support people that you see every single day? Why is it that in the minds of average people, when they realize you're down bad, that is when they want to kick you down harder? Why do people do that? Why are people so quick to laugh at you when you're down? And you're wondering why a lot of people just don't open up about nothing, because it's like when you try to express yourself to people, man, they just start gossiping. They start running around spreading rumors. I got people spreading rumors right now. They don't even know what's going on, but they spreading rumors. You know why? Because they want to see you fall. They like it. They want to see you at the bottom, man. They want to see you die. They want to see you lose, you know. And it's just sick, man. It's very, very sick, the world we live in, where you could be down bad, going through a lot, gave up and quit, and people are happy for you. People are happy to see you fall. Have you ever noticed that? Have you ever noticed that a lot of your family and friends, when you're going through something, they never call you? They never do anything? Notice the comment says clickbait. You see the mindset? Clickbait. So what exactly was that person looking for? Do you see the mind of these people? They want you to fall. So in other words, if anyone reading the title of my video, the only reason why they come over here is not because they want to see me good. They want to see me fucked up, bro. That's the mindset of people. And in your mind, you need to understand that. How the fuck do you know what I'm going through right now? Some of you are like, is it true? Is it not? You don't know. That's how messed up this world is that you assume and you assume, but you don't know me. You don't know what I'm dealing with. But whatever I'm dealing with, you want it to be bad. You want it to be negative because that's how you are inside. It's sick, man. It's a sick world, guys. You could be going through something and people around you want you to go through something. It's just like when Diddy went to prison, people were happy. They were happy, bro. That's crazy. They were celebrating. When Kevin Samuels died, women were celebrating his death. Women were celebrating the man's death, bro. Sick. Absolutely sick. That's the kind of world we live in. We live in a world where when you're down bad, it's almost like people come out to celebrate. They have a party to know that you're down bad. They've been waiting their whole life. Some of you up and coming football players in college, some of you brothers that are in high school, you're into sports and you're doing pretty good. A lot of your peers, a lot of the people from your hood, they don't love you, dog. They don't love you, man. At that age, you're supposed to be making a clear-cut decision to separate yourself from a lot of people, bro. If you know you're a young brother, you're on the basketball team and you're doing pretty good, football team, high school, college, whatever the case is, you got to cut all these people off, man. You got to cut off all those friends that you think are your friends. Ain't none of them your friends, man. They don't got no love for you. They waiting for you to break your leg so you can't go into your career. They're waiting for you to break your wrist. They would encourage you to get on that motorcycle. They would encourage you to go to that ride out. You know good and well you shouldn't be on that bike. You know coach told you, hey, don't get on that motorbike. But hey, you want to go follow your friends. You end up getting injured. The injury you got is going to prevent you from being on that football team. Your whole career, your whole goal, everything is down the drain. You down bad, bro. You're ready to quit. All those friends that help to encourage you to go down that path, they're not going to be there to foot the bill. They're not going to be there to help you, to sustain you. They're happy you're not going to make it. They're happy that you're not going to the NFL. They're happy. It brings them great joy, man. And that's the world we live in. A lot of people don't want to see you get to the next level. They don't want to. But see, let me explain to you something about when you hate on somebody's progress and you don't want them to get to the next level. There are people that are strategically placed in this world with blessings, and their job is to get to a certain level because their job is to take care of other people. Their job is to do great things in this life that is supposed to open doors for a lot of people. And if they don't ever get there, a lot of people is going to suffer because it was destiny. They were supposed to get to a certain level in order to help this person, that person, that person, this person, a bunch of people. There's a lot of people that strategically are in places where they have money and power and resources, but they're not a good person. They're not going to help anybody. They're not going to prevent misfortune. Do you know how many people out here are successful, quote unquote, in money, and they don't support nobody? They don't do nothing for nobody. They don't help nobody. They don't do anything for nobody. All they do is talk about how much money they got. What does it profit you to gain the whole world and lose your soul? What does it profit you to brag about what you got? You ain't doing it for nobody. You ain't doing nothing for nobody. So what are you talking about? It don't make no sense. If I'm a multimillionaire, fam, and I'm on YouTube doing this and I'm a multimillionaire, bro, I be doing things for people all day, bro. I talk to brothers behind the scenes about stuff like that. At the same time, it's like, excuse me, you can see yourself doing things, and then you look at other people that got bread, they got money, they ain't doing a damn thing for anybody, bro. That stuff right there is like, to me, it's just evil. It's evil, bro. There is no flex in bragging about how much you got if you ain't blessing nobody. A lot of people are really down bad, bro. Some people just lost their job and their whole world crumbled. You know what it's like to lose a job? Do any of you know what it's like to lose a job? Do any of you know what that feels like? When you built up your whole life, got everything going for yourself, and then you end up losing it all. You get that call into the office, or you get that email saying not to report to work. I know what that's like. Y'all know my story. Those of you who've been watching my videos, you should know. I know what it's like. I had lost my career when I was in New York, and had a very, very good career. I worked my whole life building it up, and lost everything. Lost everything, man. Talk about it all the time. You know, even though I enjoyed being a content creator, doing YouTube and all that other stuff, when I was on a 9 to 5 grind, seriously speaking, fam, I loved my job. I really did. I really loved that job. I could do that job for free. Even though I would want to get paid, the job was so good to me because the job gave me opportunity to meet a lot of good people, a lot of good coworkers, colleagues, supervisors, and various other people, and it really kept me alive. Most of you brothers know what I'm talking about in terms of your job keeps you alive. Some of you ladies, you may not understand that. The men, they understand. I would get up to go to work every day. It could be rain, snow, hurricanes. I'm going to work because I love the job. I took every civil service exam, studied all the books, all the manuals, been to all the classes, got all the certifications, P99, 835, OSHA, 10 hours, this, that, all sorts of safety tests, all sorts of stuff, electrical, asbestos training, understanding various chemicals, anything that had to do with steam distribution. I'm talking about the works. I bought books that cost hundreds of dollars in order to study to pass exams, and I passed every exam to get that job. And during the pandemic, they took it away because I didn't want to take that thing. And my family struggled. We struggled. And what's so crazy is none of you knew. None of you knew. None of you knew. Even though I was on YouTube, I never came on YouTube with a sob story. Never came on YouTube, woe is me. Never did. Nobody knew. Ain't that something? Every day I would make videos and do my thing and smile. But behind the scenes, it was a nightmare. You know what it's like to come home and tell your wife, I don't have a job anymore. It's one of them things men just don't want to talk about. Pride, ego, whatever you want to call it. And you know, the sad thing about it is you end up running into those comments from people that celebrate. I mean, think about this, guys. Think about the some of the comments you see in the live chat. I'm saying certain things on purpose because I want you to see certain things. A lot of people They're entertained by your loss. That job that I lost was paying 6 figures, and it was lost because of a pandemic, and they wanted to control people. And I refused to be a guinea pig. I refused to be a test dummy, a crash dummy for the system. And I told them, no, I'm not taking no shot. They said, okay, cool. You don't got a job no more. I was like, all right, it is what it is. Maybe the Most High don't want me to be here no more. And it was tough, man. It was really tough because my supervisor contacted me, and he was like, hey, man, it's not my decision, fam. It's not my decision. He said, you're a good dude. You're a good worker, man. I don't know why they're doing this to you, but I got to give you the bad news. He said, don't report to work tomorrow. He said, it hurts me just to say that. He said, don't report to work tomorrow. I was like, I already know. You know what I'm saying? I know already. It's cool. A lot of you brothers, you face stuff like that. You were at your lowest of the low. You were able to persevere. You was able to bounce back. Maybe you got a new gig. You probably did something else. But it will never be the same. You know what I'm saying? Because when you love to do something, uh, it's something that really is a part of you. And I don't believe it was meant for me to stay there. I think that was just a part of life. I think that was part of the tests and whatnot. And God had other plans. I think that's why I'm still here. I think that's why I'm still alive right now. Sometimes I'm wondering why I'm still here. I really am. Again, I don't talk about everything. Most of you don't know. You don't know. You don't know. It's very dangerous to watch people on social media and assume you know them. Assume that everything is great. Assume that people don't have problems. People don't have issues that they deal with. Just like I don't know you and you got issues that's going on in your life behind the scenes that we don't know about, I got them too. I got them too. I'm not perfect. Never said I was. You know? I just like to share truth, talk about real issues that people can relate to. Because there's so much phonies in the world. There's so much fake people in the world. It's like everybody's just fake. And it got to the point now where people do content and it's fake. You got people living in cars, receiving gifts. And it's like, how you cannot see that's fake. But they get your support. You support grifts, you support liars, you support people that are not true. And then the people that are true, you question them. That's crazy. How many of you lost a good paying job? How many of you sisters lost a good paying job? And you lost it when you needed it. You lost it when you had to pay your rent, your bills. Some of you got fired before Christmas. I remember before I think it was before Christmas, my wife had got fired. This is back in the day. I'm trying to remember all those different times. I remember when she got fired from her job. It's not really fired. They let her go. It was really the mayor. The mayor did something in New York, and it had something to do with what is that company called? Off-track betting. And they shut down the whole operation, got rid of all the workers. Um, the workers that were supposed to get a service package, they ain't getting nothing, man. They got rid of everybody before Christmas. Literally. before Christmas. Shout out to PC Gamer for the $5 support. Says, preach on, brother. Betrayal is nobody's friend. They got rid of her before Christmas time and didn't give them their service package. They were supposed to give them like a buyout type thing. And I think everybody was supposed to get something along the lines of probably, I'm not sure the number, but I'm not sure if it's probably like 15 to 25,000, something like that. They didn't give them nothing. And I was like, wow, man. And this is before, it was like right after, I think, we had our first child. And once they got rid of her, she ain't worked ever since. I pretty much been doing what needs to be done and stuff like that. And it's been really rough. And this is why I always tell people that if you're single and you don't got no kids, there's a lot of things you should be doing. Because once you have a family, you're going to understand what stress, struggles, you're going to understand what all of that means. Right now, when you're single and you don't have responsibilities, it should be very good and easy. But when you have responsibilities, my goodness, it's as if though there's no rest. There's no day off. There's no vacation. You are literally required to maintain 1,000 different things. And it can break you. It's not easy. That's why I always say that even though I'm here and I'm on this live, I don't give a fuck about me. I don't. My only purpose right now is taking care of my kids. That's it. I'm not concerned with clubs, parties, this, that. I don't care about that stuff. None of that stuff mean anything. My entire objective is my kids. That's it. I'm 48. And once my mom died, that is when I became alone. Because she was the one that I called. She was the one that I would talk to. She would call me. You good? You all right? You need somebody to talk to? You don't sound right. What's going on? I'm coming over. She would just pop up. Oh, the Lord said for me to come over. And she was the one that would encourage me. A person can pour out. I can make videos. I could be helping everybody in the world. What about me? My wife is the only one in the earth that know me. She's the only one that know me. She know me. She know what I deal with. She know what I go through. And she put up with a lot of bullshit. She's strong. Very, very strong. Deals with a lot. She understands the mission. And my mom was right. My mom was right. My mom is the reason why I'm with my wife. Because when we were teenagers, we had a lot of issues, man. I'm outside messing around with the different girls and doing my thing. And We breaking up, make up, break up, make up, all that stuff. And my mom, man, she would always be like, you know, you need to be with her. You know, she's a good girl. You know, I don't know why you're doing that far. You know, you need to treat her right. You know, your mother love her. You know, and I'm like, man, I don't want to hear none of this mess, bro. You know, you're a teenager. You know, you don't care about all that stuff. But then I started to listen, started to make sense, and now today, 4 daughters later, you know, we still here. Ain't that something? We met at a Halloween party. I think I was 15, she was 16 or 17, I'm not sure, somewhere around there. 16 or 17, I was 15. And yeah, man, that's how it be, you know. Today is a different day. It's like most people don't have that kind of success. Most people don't have successful families, successful relationships. So success is not just money. Success is everything. Relationships, family, finances, you know, spiritual walk, your relationship with God, you know, friends, colleagues, business relationships. Success comes in all different areas. But at the same time, you could be down bad in an area. You could be down bad and still look good. You know, I read some of the comments that was on my previous live stream that I did, right? And somebody was like, Ringo, you know, you're successful, and I thought you were successful. And I don't like the way they put their comment, I thought you were, because they make it seem like you ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? I thought you were successful. And I'm like, you don't know me. And when you say successful, what do you mean successful in what? In what area? Because last time I checked, the group TLC with T-Boz, Left Eye, and all of them, they were pretty popular, but they were broke. They were successful, but broke. Y'all remember the award show? Put a 1 in the chat if you remember that award show where they got up on the stage to accept their reward, and they started to talk about um, the industry and how their records are going triple platinum and all this other stuff. And it was like, we're broke. We don't got no money. When I first heard that, fam, I was like, wow, these women are highly popular, successful to us. But when they said they can't even afford to live their life, I was like, bro, if that don't speak volumes, it's crazy, man. And there's a lot of people like that right now. They're in the industry. To you, they're successful. But you got to stop doing that, fam. There's a lot of people that might be popular, successful to you, but they're not. They're not as successful as you may think. You know, it is what it is, man. There's a lot of people who, um, on the outside, it looks very successful, but how do you know it's real? Some people could be faking it. There's a such thing as fake it till you make it. I don't do stuff like that. And another thing that I don't like about life is we go through ups and downs. We have good times and bad times. I can have a good run, a good season where everything was going good, and then I can have a season where everything is going bad. And what happens is the season where everything was going good, sometimes I might buy something nice, you know what I'm saying? I might buy some nice clothes or, you know, whatever have you. And then when I wear those clothes, the perception it gives you, the viewer, is that I'm good when I'm not. Do you get that point? In other words, I could have been at the 9 to 5. I could have saved up some money. I could have been doing good on YouTube for a particular 3 months and bought some nice clothes, a nice watch, treated myself to something nice. And then I'm down bad. But you see me wearing the watch. You see me wearing the nice clothes. And when you look at it, the perception you get, he's successful. Don't do that, people. Because there's a lot of people that look successful, but they're going through a lot. There's a lot of people with nice cars, man. You see them every day at work, but they're struggling. Nice car, but they're struggling. So you can't be too quick to judge a book by its cover. You got to know who people are, you know? And a lot of people are waiting for you to have these rough times. See, I don't know about you, but I'm human. I'm a human. So in this life, I go through. I have days when I'm down, days where I just don't want to hear nothing, days where I don't feel like doing no videos, not motivated. You know, you experience burnout where you're burned out. Days where I'm, you know, questioning who my supporters are. Um, human stuff. And it's like most times when you talk about these things, certain viewers that may not be fans of yours, they may not rock with you like that, they get excited to hear that you feel some type of way or that you're going through something. And it just goes to show how evil the world is, man. I wouldn't wish that on nobody. I wouldn't laugh at anybody if they're going through something, especially people that got kids and family. Because like I said, I don't give a fuck about me. I'm concerned about my kids. That is what would bother a man more than anything. And I believe that most of you guys that understand what I'm talking about, when you go to your job, you're not going there because, oh, I got to go to my job. I'm trying to buy some things. I'm trying to do that. No, you're trying to take care of your family. You understand the assignment. You understand the mission statement. So that's how my mind works. It works based off of priorities, family. That's what's important. And anytime I pay a bill, anytime I do this, anytime I do that, I know the family's good. And that is my mission. And I think that should be the mission of every man that is a father, any man that have kids. You know, I'm not saying you can't treat yourself. I'm not saying that you can't, be happy and do things and have a hobby or have a nice vacation, but your family is supposed to be your main priority. And I think that is the motivator. Um, I really don't even know why I'm still here, if that makes sense. Because with all the things that I've been through, with all the struggles, the issues, the pain, the suffering, it's amazing how social media can make people think you're perfect and flawless. It's amazing. Just like a lot of you in your own personal life. You might come to the live chat, you might talk, you might chat with everybody here, but nobody know the real you. Nobody know what you deal with. Nobody don't know the nights you cry, the nights that you just can't even sleep because you're thinking about different things you got to deal with. And I think that that's that's just something that we have to understand, is that you're human. Don't be afraid to be human. Don't be afraid to be vulnerable. Don't be afraid to express yourself, you know? And that is something that a lot of people have lost. It's just like, if you just look at the comments, right? The comments alone, if you just look at the live chat, a lot of people are just confused, bro. They're saying this, they're saying, that's why I'm not even responding to nothing, because I realize that a lot of people, they're all over the place. Like, people are thinking all sorts of things. Their minds is everywhere. They're assuming this, they're assuming that. Some of y'all just evil, bro. Some of y'all just have negative thoughts all day, bro. Like, I'm literally expressing all types of talks, and you're busy assuming this and that. Like, it's weird how the mind of people think, bro. And this is why a lot of people just don't even talk about things. They just stay to themselves. They just stay to themselves. They don't share nothing with nobody, and they just stay quiet. Because people are weird, bro. It's like they don't understand you. They twist your words. Next minute, you got people saying, "Oh, Ringo said this, and Ringo is this, and oh my goodness, I can't believe it. He want to check out. He's this and that." I'm like, listen, nothing's wrong with me. Something wrong with you. You have a lot of negative thoughts, bro. I don't know why your thoughts is that negative. If you listening to me very carefully, it sounds very positive. Any man that understand that his life and his purpose is for his kids, that's a man that is really focused. Because most men don't even take care of their kids. They selfish. They only thinking about themselves. Most men are just chasing women's skirts. They don't even care about their kids. But man, when you down bad and you're ready to give up, you're ready to quit, that is when your family turn against you. That's when your neighbors stop talking to you. Buddies don't text you. They don't call you no more. Some of you tried to reach out to friends when you were down bad. You were ready to quit. You contacted a couple of people. They didn't answer you. That's crazy, bro. Absolutely crazy, man. Sometimes you just got to wave the flag, bro. Just wave the flag. Because it's like, that's what you want. That's what you came to see. That's what you always dreamed of. Are you happy? What does that do for you when somebody fall? What does that do for you? That makes you happy? It gives you joy? You should never feel that way about people, guys. You should always want to see someone well. You should always want somebody to feel well, and even if somebody's an enemy, bro, the last thing you would want to see is your enemy kids starving. You know? Some of you haven't understood the meaning of life yet. So if you don't understand the meaning of life, you won't understand this video. You won't understand this live stream. It'll go over your head because you have not experienced life enough to know what I'm talking about. You're not there yet. You have to be at a point in your life where you've seen it all. and you know. Have you ever been around an elderly person who's in their 80s and 90s? You ever talk to an elder? They're around 80 and 90 years old, and they start talking to you about life, and you start asking them questions like, so what do you do? Oh, just waiting. Waiting for what? Just waiting. The problems that you talk about, the problems that you deal with, all the things you go through, when you share that with someone in their 80s and 90s, they will look at you and they'll shake their head because you have not understood the meaning of life. The true meaning of life, guys, when you really think about it, is that the world we're living in, we have a purpose. We're not going to be here forever. All the things you work for, strive for, slave for, go in debt for, live beyond your means to get, you can't take none of that with you. That's the sad part. You know, I'm a musician, music producer, and I got some nice studio gear. I got a lot of stuff that I bought, very expensive equipment. And sometimes I'm looking around and I'm like, damn, I got all this stuff. I can't take it with me. But I worked so hard to obtain it. And I'm like, damn, is it possible that God can put all of our stuff in storage for us so we can see it again? You ever ask God those questions like, damn, Lord, I got a lot of sample libraries, Most High. I bought a lot of sample libraries. I got a whole collection of all sorts of stuff to produce music. And I'm like, man, do I get to keep it? Nope. You brought nothing in the world. You're going to take nothing with you. The stuff that you got is designed to be passed down to your seed so that they can take the baton. That is why family is so important. And that's why generational wealth is important. All of the things that you obtain material wise is supposed to be passed down to your seed so that they have a better start than you. So let's say, for example, I got a crazy clothing collection, right? And I have a son, right? I don't have no sons, but let's just say I have a son, right? My clothing collection, just the clothing collection alone. If I have a son that is 18, 19, something happened to me, God forbid, he can inherit my entire collection. My entire collection. It's for him. What are you going to do? Throw that away? No. All the shoes, all the things I got, it's yours. That's a blessing. That's an inheritance. A whole studio, gear, sample libraries. Fam, I got a crazy sample library collection. So much so that I may never get to use all of that stuff. I talk about it all the time. I got every sample library, everything. Man, it's a lot of stuff, man. Don't you wish that we can live 500 years? But then again, if you could live 500 years, man, it's probably 500 years of suffering. How many of you go through that? How many of you are literally paying to live, paying to survive? Literally, you're paying to survive. And it feels crazy, man. Because you think you're the only one, but you don't realize there's a lot of people that are literally paying to survive, bro. You know? And when you going through stuff and you hit rock bottom, your family is never there. You can't even call them. You can't call nobody. That's why relationships are important, man. Good relationships with real people. I don't even want to be around real people, dog. Real people. People that are official. People that been through something. Ain't nothing like talking to some dudes that been through something. I could relate to that, bro. Dudes that got a story. Dudes that they had their trials and tribulations. I could respect them because, hey, I could break bread with them. Like, look, bro, this is what I've been through. Word? Let me tell you what I've been through. And I'm listening to the story and I'm like, damn, bro. How the hell you survive, dog? I don't know how, man. Those are real dudes because you can relate. But then you got these fake ass dudes who they never been through nothing, or at least they try to front like they haven't. And you can't even talk to them because they fake. They try to come. They be acting all I don't like people like that, bro. That they be acting trying to impress you. Like, bro, I don't got time for that, bro. I'm 48, bro. I don't care about trying to impress somebody. I don't care about none of them things, bro. None of that stuff interests me, dog. I'm not trying to impress you. Maybe you think I'm trying to, but I don't care, bro. When I dress up and I look good, I'm not trying to impress nobody. I'm just being me. You know what I mean? Anybody that's from New York, you already done know New York swag. Everybody like looking fly. They like dressing up. It's just a New York thing. You know what I mean? I ain't trying to impress nobody. I ain't looking for none of that stuff. I don't care about that stuff. You know? I ain't trying to be the popular guy. Somebody had said, but you're very popular. I'm not trying to be the popular dude, bro. You know, I might be known. People might know me on social media, but I'm not trying to be no popular dude, bro. I don't like that. I don't like crowds. I like privacy. That's me. I don't like being all out to everybody. I don't do that type of stuff, dog. I really don't like that. I like to just be about my own business, take care of the family, and that's it. You know, the family good? Y'all good? Yeah, we good. All right, I did my job, man. Why? Because I know the struggle my mom been through to raise us. I know the struggle that she had been through. And I may talk about some things in future videos. I might touch on some other topics that might be a little more personal, you know what I mean? But I try to do these videos to really relate because people are going through it, man. People are going through it. Some people come to social media to get away from the drama of life, bro. Some people, they come to this platform and hang out over here, chop it up, listen to this content, and it help you to get through, you know? And it really, sets you in a good place. At least it gives you something to keep going on to prevent you from giving up. Maybe this will help you not to give up because you're hearing me, you know? That's why I said my wife know me. My wife know the real me. She know things that you would never know. Ain't that something? This is why it's very important as a man that you have the right kind of woman, right kind of women around you that know you and respect you, because some women can take all the things you deal with, all the stuff, all the, and just try to destroy you, you know? And vice versa. Sometimes you could be with a dude and that man know all your business, ladies, and he could go out there and try to ruin you. So you have to really have, the right kind of relationship of people that really respect you so that you can really rock out and be at peace, you know? At the same time, um, there's a lot of people that are struggling. A lot of you are dealing with financial issues, health issues, and you're down bad. You're really down bad. And it's not like you're lazy. You're not lazy. You work, you're doing the most you can, and you feel like giving up. You feel like it's just, I'm done. I'll just be like everybody else, man. Just, you know, mooch off the system, as they say. Because they have people like that. They don't want to work no more. They just give up, man. It's tough. It's easy to try to tell people, oh, don't give up, don't do this. You don't know what they're dealing with, man. And if you don't understand what they're dealing with, you won't know how to remedy the situation. You know, that's why relationships is very important. It's so important, man. Having the right kind of people to talk to. We need those kind of people. People that you could really uh, share your heart with, and you don't have to worry about being judged. You don't have to worry about being perfect around them, because that's how we are. It's like we try to be perfect around people, especially on social media. Everybody's perfect. I don't claim to be perfect on these apps. That's not me. I deal with issues. Um, I deal with all sorts of things, bro. And at the same time, I try to stay afloat, try to give you some good content. Um, and then I got to go take care of the family. I got to do this. I got to do that. It's just, it's, it's a, it's a job where you're never off. You don't clock out. It's a 24-hour job, and you don't clock out. When you're a father, a husband, and you're all these different things, it's a job where you don't have a shift. It's 24 hours working. Yeah. It's crazy, man. And you know, I talked about this in my last video. Like, a lot of people, they be like, "Hey, I'll be praying for you." What does that mean? I'll be praying for you. What does that mean? If somebody have health issues, what's the solution? Healing. If somebody's having hunger issues, what's the solution? Prayer or food? If somebody have financial issues, what's the solution? Prayer or money? Do you get my point? Prayers sound nice if you're praying for somebody's encouragement, somebody's strength, stuff like that. Yeah. But money don't fall from the sky. Healing don't fall from the sky. Encouragement don't fall from the sky. It's something that must be given. And I think you know that, and God knows that. God knows that if people don't care about people, then so much purpose is going to be destroyed, you know? And this is why I say your life is valuable. So even though you might have hit rock bottom, even though you might be down bad, even though you feel like giving up, understand that there are people out there that need you. Somebody out there needs you. And shout out to everybody joining in the stream. Make sure you hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Um, It's just something that a lot of people don't understand. People need you. They need you. Even though you feel like giving up, there's probably 200, 300 people that you have to cross paths with, and you're their solution. You got the answer to what they've been praying for and praying for and praying for. And this is why it's very important that you not give up, that you persevere, that you stay the course, that you fight the good fight. No matter how much it hurts, no matter how much pain, no matter how much you're stressed out, to just keep going and keep going. It's very important that you understand that. So if you're a person who is down bad, you're going through, you're depressed, you're trying to figure out what to do, and the job is not paying you no more money. It's like it's the same paycheck every damn week or bi-weekly. What do you do when you got these bills knocking on your door? You can either stay there and keep complaining, or you can take a test, or you can create a product, a service, something. But it takes time to concentrate. And that's the thing that a lot of us are struggling with, is concentrating on what we're supposed to do. The solution. How do I focus on the solution when the problem overshadow the solution? That's where a lot of you are right now. The problem that you're dealing with overshadows your ability to see the solution. Meaning, you're going through something, it's very challenging, it's very difficult. You're under a lot of stress, there's a lot of emotions, and the solution is there, but it's being overshadowed by all of the stress, the problems, the weather, your kids, making noise, and it's like you're just overwhelmed to the point where you can't see the solution. I think that at this point, you have to encourage yourself, lift yourself up, figure it out. Because a lot of people want to see you give up. They want to see you, they want to see you fall. They want to see you die. This is what they want to see. You know? They want to see that. So you have to look at where you are, where you want to be, and start to take action. It might be difficult. You may not have the resources. Maybe nobody's there for you. But if you're diligent and you put that time in, everything's going to come to pass. So I'm going to get up on out of here. I'm going to go get me something to eat, do what I got to do. It's just some real talk for you guys, some real content. This is real. This is not fake stuff. This is not me playing some game. A lot of you folks that are watching my videos, man, some of y'all disappoint me with y'all comments because it's like the message just went over your head. It's like it's not resonating with you. You have to understand these messages. You have to really use your thinking caps and grasp the understanding of this. So that's about it. We're going to get up on out of here. We see the trolls are coming in. The demonic folks, they're coming in, spamming the chat, doing a bunch of goofy stuff. And it's just crazy. It doesn't make no sense. But we'll catch you at more videos like this. Let me know if these videos help you. Let me know if these videos are good to you. Make sure you hype the videos, hit the like button, subscribe if you're new. And we got to encourage one another. I put out a lot. I put out a lot of truth. I put out a lot of content. At the same time, I don't really get encouragement. You know, I don't really get it as much as I would like. You know, every now and then, brothers that I talk with behind the scenes, they might hit me up with some encouragement and stuff like that. But we really do need to encourage one another. Sometimes you need to tell your partners and them like, you good, bro? You need anything? You know, just to kind of check in. You know, that's what we used to do back in the days. We check in on people, find out if they good. Because a lot of times, man, people going through and they don't tell you. They just don't tell you because they don't know how you're going to react to that. They don't know if you're going to start to judge and condemn them, laugh, mock them. Like, some people just can't deal with that, bro. So they just rather not even open up no doors, nothing. You know? So again, y'all take care. I'm gonna go get me something to eat, do what I need to do. Stay positive, and it is what it is. So rate, comment, and subscribe. I'll catch you in the next video. Y'all be safe out there. Peace and blessings to the mods in the chat. Forever Studios, Caramel, Kimmy Kim, Brainwaves, you know, salute to V-Dub Man, Show Shao, Sean the Navigator, Tracy, Sherelle, Izandra, and did I leave anybody out? I don't think so. No, I think I got everybody. Yeah, I got everybody. Yeah, that's about it, man. So yeah. I'm getting good with these thumbnails, right? I think that thumbnail that I put is very creative. I don't know, maybe somebody's praying for me because I don't know. Like the last live stream that I did, I just got some strength out of nowhere. And then this live stream is like I was just motivated to do some shows. And when you deal with things, you don't feel like doing anything, bro. You really don't feel like talking. You don't feel like saying anything. But I'm good at what I do. That's the thing. I'm good at talking. I'm good at expressing myself. I do it with ease. I do it with, I'm not even trying. You know what I mean? So it's like, I'm glad I did these videos, man. Because I think that somebody needed these videos. Somebody needed to hear something. The messages that I'm putting out are powerful, man. They would really wake you up if you pay attention and not be judgmental, because a lot of you're coming into the comments and you're being judgmental and you're prejudging me, and at the same time you're not even supportive. Like, there's few people that support behind the scenes. There's people that hit the Cash App, hit the Super Chat and stuff like that, but it's the people that are judging, the people that it's like they're happy. That's weird, man. I don't know if that makes you feel good. Then hey, you win. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not fake, bro. Like, I deal with real issues, and if it makes you feel good, if I'm down bad and that makes you feel good, hey, more power to you. If that makes you feel good, I hope you're happy. You know, I guess I'm still doing my job because I'm making you happy, right? So it's like, and that's how you got to be, guys, because a lot of times people want you to be down and they happy you're down bad, and they celebrate that. And it's like, cool, hey, have at it, bro. I understand the meaning of life. Like I said, man, I'm here for my kids. That's it, bro. Once my kids is good and they're able to do what they need to do, bro, Most High say, hey, it's time to go. It's time to go. I'm good, bro. Because this world, bro, this world is it's a real test, man. Once you get to that level and you understand where I'm coming from, bro, you would know. You would know. Some of y'all not there yet. So it's like you don't understand, man. But when you get there and you start to realize what life is about, man, it's absolutely crazy. It's like even when my mom passed, bro. When my mom died, me and my wife and the kids, we were heading on over to the crib to see her. We spoke to her, dog, on I think it was a Friday. We spoke to her on a Friday, and we were supposed to come see her on a Sunday, I believe. Yeah. And the Saturday passed. Then we were supposed to come on the Sunday, and something had happened, and we ended up going on the Monday. When we went on the Monday, she was gone already. She didn't know she was going to be gone. Something happened. You know what I'm saying? Something happened, and she passed away, and that messed me up, bro. That really messed me up. You know, shout out to all of those that lost their mom, lost your pops. You know what that's like. You know what I'm saying? You know what that's like. Shout out to my supervisor that understood the mission and the assignment when I was down at the job during that time. Um, and what's crazy is she passed on September 11th. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I can never forget. You know, I can never forget. And I remember when I tried to go to work the next day, you would think somebody would stay home and whatnot. Um, you think somebody would stay home and whatnot. And it was before the pandemic. She passed away before the pandemic. Um, so that's actually a good thing because if she was there during the pandemic, she would have suffered even more because she was sickly. And to go through the pandemic too, that would have really messed her up. But I remember when I went to work the next day and all my coworkers was upset. They wondering, they looking at me because I wasn't working. I wasn't doing nothing. And I'm just sitting outside, just kind of just on the curb by the street. And everybody looking at me like I'm crazy. They went complaining to the supervisor. They didn't understand. So supervisor came through. He's like, yo, you good? I was just ignoring him. At that moment, I didn't care about the job. I didn't care about nothing, bro. Just lost my mom. And supervisor sat next to me. He was like, yo, man, hey, um, what's going on, man? You want to talk about it? It's like, yo, I just lost my mom, dog. She dead, bro. My mom. It's like, hey, say less, bro. Look, you go clock out. Don't worry about your shift. Don't worry about the assignments. You good. You don't have to fill out no LOA. You don't have to fill out nothing. Just fill out that when you come back. Just take off as much time as you need. I'll put that with the time keep to make sure that you good. And he understood. That was a real supervisor moment because when I saw all my other coworkers and stuff doing goofy stuff at that moment after I lost my mom, the thoughts that was going through my mind while I was on that job, it was crazy. And I tried to stay away because it's like people were doing things to provoke me, and that was the wrong time to do it, bro. But the supervisor understood because people were complaining. I later on learned the news that people were contacting the supervisor, telling him, "Oh, he's not working. He's this. He's that." And it's like I knew who was doing the telling, and they didn't know what I was dealing with. So that's why I didn't really flip out. But in my mind, I wanted to. And again, I had to think about the consequences. See, when you're a man and you have a family, There's certain things you just can't do, because if you do it, you end up losing your freedom, you lose your job, your family suffers, and then you lose. So it's like, even if I want to flip, even if I want to fight, even if I want to cuss, I can't. Because if I do, I'm going to get in trouble. I'm going to lose my freedom. My kids are going to suffer. And now the whole game plan has been ruined. So I can't do this. You know? You guys know what I'm talking about, where you know you can't cross the line even though you want to. And it's not that you a sucker or you scared or something. You just got to make good decisions for your family. That's why I said it's not about me. It's about the kids, man. Anyway, I'm going to get up on out of here, man. Y'all take care. I'll catch y'all in some more videos in the morning. So peace and blessings to the mods in the chat. I'm out of here. Wait, hold on. Somebody gave a super chat. Let me make sure I shout this person out. That's Christopher. Shout out to Christopher for the $20 support. My bad. I didn't even see the comment. But shout out to you for the support. Hold on. Let me make sure I heart the comment. Yeah. I almost forgot. Got to make sure I shout the people out to keep the lights on. All right. Did I miss anybody? I don't think I missed anybody. All right. So I'm out, man. Hey, salute to all the truckers out there on the road. Y'all be safe, man. It is what it is, man. Shout out to everybody in North Carolina, New York. We out. Peace.